Welcome to My Tesla Weekend. Let's take a look at some of the footage from Giga Austin, aka Giga Texas, for the week ending November 11th, and check out the progress. So as you go south on the property, you'll see that from the top to the bottom, there's quite a bit of difference, specifically that there's a lot more footers that have been dug and placed and filled with concrete. The gazebo is starting to get filled out with steel, which is long overdue, in my opinion. I am not a structural engineer, I should point out. But even looking at the bottom, you can see that the number of footers is substantial. Those are about 30 foot on center. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across. That's 150 feet by about 30. So another 900 feet. That's pretty substantial. The large pit there has been final graded and is ready for something. At the bottom, you can see the area under the power lines has been smoothed and filled and ready to go. And as we move into the large pit, you can see that what last week was just mud slabs and limited forms is now final mud and substantial forms, and quite a bit of footers have been already poured. Also this week, instead of the 2 or 3 cranes we saw last week, there are now approximately 8 large cranes on site. As we move to the small pit, we will see that it is no longer being worked on so much as being filled back in. So the pit is now becoming a build-ready area. And in the bottom you can see, just look at all those cranes. Moving from the south towards the north, at the top you can see they were grading and putting in random filler. But in the bottom, it is absolutely filled and ready. The geopiering and foundation work has moved yet again further north on the site. And instead of having just a few footer holes cut out for placement of rebar and concrete, there are now a substantial number of them, which will become more apparent in a few moments. Look at all those big ass holes in the ground. Again, those are about 30 foot on center. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My goodness, that's about 180 feet wide and easily that long again. In the top, you can see there were just a few cut last week, and now there are tons of them, and they are being just moved on quickly. There is no progress from Giga Shanghai because there is a no-fly order over the city due to the Export Expo, and Berlin just kind of hasn't updated in ways that are conducive, but we'll get those before Monday, I promise. As we continue moving to the north, you can see the retention ponds to the north of the property are essentially done, and the number of foundation footings ready to be placed is growing significantly. There's also quite a bit of steel on the ground next to the gazebo, as we've been calling it, ready for final construction, additional next level construction. To the east, in the Switchyard area, last week we could see that they were grading like crazy, and this week we can see they are approaching final grade. It's not just flat, but the final surface material is being put in place so it can begin construction. And by the way, this is my 3rd time recording this, so if I sound like a robot, I am not going to record it again. OBS can suck it. At the top, we can see a temporary switchyard area being graded and given final material. And in the bottom, we can see it's basically done. We can see they're basically ready to put the temporary switchyard in place. And by the way, the switchyard is what we call it's a term for the electrical power station, where voltage is transformed from the high voltage power lines into something the site can use. In this shot, we can see some interesting work at the top. At the bottom there is a fair amount of land that has recently been cleared for reasons we are not aware of. We don't know what's going in over here. It may be temporary offices or something of the like, but there's a lot of land of earth moving that's going on down here. And, they don't do it for a hobby. So something's going in. Something is going in this area. Squash court, maybe? No, probably not. Probably not. Here's some bonus footage. Last week, the big hotness was the small pit, where they were putting in forms to put stuff in place. Well, that's mostly been completed and backfilled to ground level. Whereas at the bottom, the new hotness this week is the expansion of the steel framework. On the ground, you can see significantly more pillars and or columns. Who knows from this angle? But they're really working on it. The giant concrete column you see at the top has been sitting there for about a week. We're not sure how many concrete columns are coming in, but considering the number of axles on this thing, it's not like in Berlin where a train could just bring them in. They have to bring them in by oversized truck, which may be problematic, or at least cost prohibitive. What we don't know is if this steel structure is going to be 1 story, 2, 3, who knows? We have no idea. By the way, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, since I don't have a Patreon and my YouTube won't let me get paid for this channel yet. So the only way I can really grow is by your love and affection. So, thank you in advance, I guess. So that's pretty much it. Oh, yes, look at all the dirt. Look at the dirt in the truck. Yes, put the dirt in my truck. Okay, yeah, no, so yeah, that's it. I'm considering doing a giveaway at 1,000 subscribers, where I give 1 Tesla stock to some lucky viewer, but I'm not sure how to do it legally, so if you want to get in on that, I don't know, leave a comment. And it would be great if you help me figure out how to actually do it without getting in trouble. That would be cool too. Thanks again for sticking around till the end. You guys are just the best, and, you mean more to me than I can honestly, competently describe. So, thank you for sharing my Tesla weekend.